Good Thursday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Conversations Daily News. Glad you all could be with us. Well, we made it over the hump, and we're in the home stretch toward the weekend. Because you have news headlines coming up on this Thursday, have a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you're part of my conversation with recording artist Jay Brown. Jay is our Artist of the Week this week. If you guys have been listening to us on the radio side, you know we've been supporting his single, My Whole Heart. You'll be part of my conversation with him today. Enjoy our broadcast. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Thursday headlines. In international news, Israel and Hamas fight heats up in Gaza City, accelerating exodus of Palestinians to the south. Palestinians living in the heart of Gaza's largest city said Wednesday they could see and hear Israeli ground forces closing in from multiple directions, accelerating the exodus of thousands of civilians as food and water became scarce and urban fighting between Israel and Hamas heats up. The Israeli army has not given numbers on troop movements as it presses on its ground assault, vowing to crush Hamas after its deadly October 7th assault inside of Israel. But residents say Israeli forces have moved into inner neighborhoods of Gaza City amid intense bombardment all around the surrounding north. Clashes took place within a kilometer of the territory's largest hospital, which has become a focal point in the war. The Israeli military says Hamas' main command center is located in and under the hospital complex, and that senior leaders of the group are hiding there, accusing the militants of using the facility as a shield. Hamas and hospital staff deny the claim and say the military is making a pretext to strike it. For Palestinians in Gaza, the hospital is a symbol for civilians suffering in the war. Like others, it has been overwhelmed by a constant stream of wounded and struggling as electricity and medical supplies run out. Tens of thousands of displaced people have been sheltering in and around the complex. The group of 7 wealthy industrial nations issued a statement Wednesday condemning Hamas and supporting Israel's right to self-defense. But the group also called for the unimpeded delivery of food, water, medicine, and fuel, and for humanitarian pauses in the fighting. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has left open the possibility of small pauses to deliver aid, but has ruled out a broader ceasefire unless nearly 240 hostages taken by Hamas are freed. There are no limitations on how long the war will last, a member of Israel's decision-making war cabinet said on Wednesday. The individual acknowledged that Israel does not yet have a vision for the Gaza Strip after it destroys Hamas' rule, but it will include an Israeli security presence in the territory after the war, a point that echoed comments made by Netanyahu earlier this week. Support for the war remains strong inside Israel, while the focus has been on the fate of the more than 240 hostages taken by Hamas and other militant groups. In national news, Texas officials issue shelter-in-place order after chemical plant implosion that injured worker. A massive fire at a chemical plant in rural Texas on Wednesday sent a plume of black smoke into the sky as officials closed down a local highway and ordered residents to take shelter. Authorities issued the shelter-in-place order for residents within a 1-mile radius of a chemical plant fire in Shepherd on Wednesday. Shepherd is a mainly rural area about 60 miles northeast of Houston. Officials in the county said the explosion took place at Sound Resource Solutions, a company that recycles and repackages various chemicals. The owner of the plant said the explosion was caused by an accident involving a forklift and was under investigation. The county sheriff said that officials began receiving calls shortly after 8 a.m. on Wednesday about an explosion at the company's facility. The individual said one employee suffered minor burns to his body and was taken to a hospital where he was in stable condition. He said initial reports indicated the chemical involved in the fire were flammable liquids, including possibly diesel and turpentine. In entertainment news, next Met Gala theme unveiled: the Sleeping Beauties of fashion. It may be time to get out those fairy tale ball gowns. The theme of the next Met Gala has been unveiled: Sleeping Beauties, Reawakening Fashion. In this case, though, the title refers not to a princess with a prick finger, but to the fabulous gown she might be wearing. The stars of the Met Spring exhibit, to be launched by the celebrity-studded Met Gala on May the 6th, 2024, will be treasured garments from the vast collection at the Costume Institute of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, some too fragile to hang upright lest they disintegrate. They will lie in glass cases like Sleeping Beauty herself. Curator Andrew Bolton, who masterminds all of the Met's blockbuster fashion exhibits, says he was looking for a way to literally breathe life into a collection of 33,000 pieces, many of which have never been seen. And finally, in business news, Wall Street drifts again in mixed trading as oil prices stay weighed down. U.S. stocks drifted again on Wednesday as Wall Street continues to recalibrate following its sharp recent swings. The S&P 500 was virtually unchanged and on track for a third straight day of quiet mixed trading. Its movement has become much calmer after the index screamed to its best week of the year last week, which itself came after months of painful losses. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 90 points, or 0.3%, and the Nasdaq Composite was 0.1% lower. Eli Lilly was one of the strongest forces pushing upward on the market. It rose 2.7% after U.S. regulators said its popular diabetes treatment can be sold as a weight loss drug and tap into a market with massive potential. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's on time for a message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Thursday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words I Choose to Live By. Trust might not be easy to do, but it is necessary if you are going to get through life's troubles. It's not about believing that you have all the answers. It's about having the belief that the one who created you does. If you trust that, then that is the beginning of your breakthrough. Have an amazing Thursday. Jay Brown is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with Entertainment Spotlight. Recording artist Jay Brown joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about his amazing career and the new album. It's a bit of our conversation. Jay, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me. How's your day going?
Man, doing really good, man. You've had quite the 2023. So I'm very excited to be able to talk to you. A lot of great things have been happening with you. First of all, have you had a chance to kind of reflect on this year and all the great things that's been happening for you?
Yeah, I've been doing some reflective thinking, and I'm just thankful, man, considering the consistency, the path that my team and I have been on. And it's definitely a blessing, living the dream, serving a purpose, a purpose that not only helps me evolve as a person, but it helps my evolve as people as well, because the music I'm putting out is love music, it's inspiring music, it's the type of music I grew up on. So 2023 has definitely been a been a blessing.
Yeah, let's talk about what you just mentioned there, Jay, and that is a consistency. I think for a lot of people, they would definitely, if they've been following you for any considerable amount of time, they would have noticed that. How much of your success do you contribute to that? The fact that, yes, you're very talented, but the fact that you have been consistent on this path, how much do you think that's contributed to your success?
I would say probably, it's definitely like consistency has definitely helped me out a lot. I'll say that. Yeah. I mean, because obviously without it, I wouldn't be on this path. You have to stay consistent as it relates to anything that you want in life. So for me, in terms of music, knowing that I've put out consistent top 10 Billboard charted records just about every year, it's definitely something to be proud of. So, right, it's the reason why I'm in this position.
Exactly. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. Well, thank you all for tuning in this edition of Conversations Daily News. But back on tomorrow's more news, message from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, and of course, your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.